Reading from March 8th, entitled, Make God First, Last, and Best in Everything. Let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. Those who act a part in the work of God do good only because God is behind them doing the work. Shall we then praise men and give thanks to man, neglecting to recognize God? If we do, God will not cooperate with us. When man puts himself first and God second, he shows that he is losing his wisdom and righteousness. All that is ever done toward restoring the moral image of God in man is done because God is the efficiency of the worker. Christ declares in his prayer to his Father, "This is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom thou hast sent." John chapter 17, verse 3. Let every steward understand that as he strives to advance the glory of God in our world, whether he stands before infidels or princes, he is to make God first and last and best in everything. The true Christian will realize that he has a right to his name only as he uplifts Christ with a steady, persevering, and ever-increasing force. It is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2. When we are faithful in making God known, our impulses will be under divine supervision, and we shall make steady growth spiritually and intellectually. But when men enter into a confederacy to exalt men and have little to say of God, they are weakness itself. God will leave those who do not recognize Him in every effort made to uplift humanity. It is Christ's power alone that can restore broken down human machinery. Everywhere and in every place, let those around you see that you give God the glory. Let man be put in the shade. Let God appear as the only hope of the human race. Every man must rivet his building to the eternal rock, Christ Jesus. Then it will stand amid storm and tempest. God prepares the mind to recognize Him who alone can help the striving, struggling soul. He will educate all who stand under His banner to be faithful stewards of His grace. Man cannot show greater weakness than by thinking he will find more acceptance in the sight of men if he leaves God out of His assemblies. God must stand the highest. The wisdom of the greatest man is foolishness with Him. God has given to man immortal principles to which every human power must one day bow. We have truth that has been given us in trust. The precious beams of this light are not to be hid under a bushel, but are to give light to all that are in the house. Taken from Manuscript 21, dated March 8, 1899, entitled, Give unto the Lord the glory due unto His name.